My name is Ayan and I will tell you about water on Mars. Water on Mars was really a very good discovery. It was found by the NASA company. NASA company said that it was found in 15 years and many soldiers were died because of they were living on Mars and they cannot find water for 15 years. Some had died and some has lived and come back and give Earth a new lease. Water on Mars was found many years ago only, but nobody has knew that there was water on Mars because it was covered with sand. Many thunderstorms have came in on Mars. They, from the sand of those thunderstorms, the water was covered. Before the thunderstorms, Mars was also likely a little bit blue planet of Earth. It was looking like a Earth only, but there were no greenery because there were no living things. Many thunderstorms came and they stopped and they covered with the dust of the stones and mud. They covered the ice. It was found in the ice and from the heat of the sun. The Mars's water evaporates and it moves around in space, and little bit after 100 years ago there is very little water on Mars. I am going to show you a picture. This is the picture of a Mars. The machine has dig the Mars and they have found water. See, here is written also. Observation of the red planet have been promotion features in its early history. Billions of years ago, Mars was a warm and wet world. You know, warm and wet world mean like a blue planet that I was telling you. And wet world that could have supported microbial life in some regions. Microbial life means there were many little living things on Mars, and they were very little that you cannot see from a microscope also. But the planet is smaller than Earth, with less gravity and a thinner atmosphere. I was telling you, there was less gravity and thinner atmosphere. That is why the sun get evaporate with water, and the water was roaming in the space. Over time, as liquid water evaporated, more and more of it escaped into space, allowing less to fall back to the surface of the planet. Because of its atmosphere, the water cannot come back to Mars, and it was flowing and flowing. That is why there is no oxygen in space. The water extinct. See, where is the water today? Liquid water appears to flow from some steep, relatively warm slopes on the Martian surface, first identified in 2011. The water was first invented or found on 2011. See, you can see little blue things. These are waters and water points which are formed as ice. Now I will going to show you a video. See, this is the explanation of the NASA company head.
NASA's orbiting spacecraft has discovered evidence of flowing water. It appears to be seasonal, flowing only in the summer. Scientists say this discovery is just the beginning.
This is the head.
Astrobiologists and planetary scientists to Mars to explore the question of, is there current life on Mars?
Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield certainly agrees.
That is tantalizingly close to the building blocks of life. And anywhere on Earth, there's one.
He was also gone on Mars, and he was the only first man who found water on Mars.
There's life. I mean, look under your sink.
Now, this may look like another picture of Mars, but it isn't. It's the Atacama Desert in Chile. And the national science correspondent, Bob McDonald, is here to tell us what that has to do with today's announcement. Bob.
Well, Peter, it looks a lot like Mars. It is the driest place on Earth, and it has in its soil the same chemicals that they found on Mars. And there's life that exists in the Atacama.
This is the scientific he has said that same chemicals have found on Earth only and in the soil, and same chemicals are found in Mars also in the soil,
So
which can make living things live on Mars.
idea is that if life can survive in the extreme environment of the Atacama Desert, perhaps it can survive in the extreme environments of Mars. But that does not prove that there's life on Mars yet. We still have some more work to do.
Well, why is it such a big deal then?
Well, it's such a big deal because, as Chris said, liquid water means life. But what they need to find out on Mars is whether this liquid water is liquid all the time. Where did it come from? Did it come from ice that just melts once in a while? Well, that's not liquid. Is there an aqua?
See, I will tell you that it was formed by ice. They have said only that, see, scientific has said that from where the water has come. They said that from ice the water has come. He is talking about that.
Ground that's liquid all the time. Is there an underground stream? Is there a hot spring? They don't know that. But if there is, then they're going to have to find it, and then in the future go back with either robots or people and start digging into Mars and try to look for life on the inside. Because
He is saying that if we can find, is it real that ice is melted into water? They have not found, but they have found that water is as ice. They have found ice. That is why I was saying that water is formed in ice. They are saying if they can find water on Mars, they can go trees and many animals can live there. And they are saying that the scientists make many space shuttles, and the people of Earth goes to Mars to take a new place, and they find for their living homes, and they make their living homes.
it's probably where it's going to be, not on the outside where we've been looking so far.
Well, tell me more about that. How do we look for life on Mars?
It's really difficult because all the robots we've been sending so far have been geologists and chemists, so they can tell us what the rocks are made of and what the atmosphere is made of. It's a little harder to find life. You either have to find actual microbes in the water, so you got to go there with a microscope, or you got to.
I was saying only that microscopes, they can find microbes. We have studied in science that microbes are everywhere. If they can find microbes in water, that will be real that they had find water on Mars. Because in water on Earth has many microbes. If Mars they can find microbes with the microscope in the ice, that is real, that water is real there in Mars.
Trying to find signs of fossils or metabolic activity. So it's a little trickier, but not impossible. And there are missions in the future that are going to start to do that.
So, this was the video of the scientific and Mars that they had said. This is an explanation by his. He has found water on Mars. No. He has not found water on Mars. He has found ice on Mars. So I will show you one picture. See, this is a machine. This is a type of a ice, and this is a machine they have put in on Mars to see water. See, this is now clear. They have found this is a machine. They are thinking that this is an X-ray of Mars. They are thinking that there is water, so they can make lives. See. You can see little bit water here. This is the structure of Mars. They have taken underground. This is little bit water here. So they had confirmed that this is ice. This is Mars structure. This is the mid soil, and this is the bedrock or Mars bedrock. This is little bit water here. They have pundit considered that ice is there on their hills, which are very top, top on the hills, which are very top, and they can find here many ice, little bit ice, and they have find that this is water ice, and here are many ices. See, 30th September 1615, they have found that Mars can regular like the Earth, and it can go regularly. Here are many dust. See, I was telling you that dust storms are there. These are dust storms. These are dust storms, and the North Pole have many water ice. There are ice clouds. Viking 1 ladder site. Pathfinder ladder site, water ice clouds, South Polar Cap, Heltes Basin, dust storms. Dust storms are everywhere to find because they had covered the soil, and which has water. Water ice clouds, Cirrus Major. Cirrus Major is a major space where there is no water. This is the planet Earth. They have taken a photo, and their sky is also like Earth. So, now you have seen that there is ice that is known as water on Mars. This will knowledge me and you with me. My name is Ayan, and thank you.